The federal government has continued to provide support for millions of Americans facing financial challenges due to the ongoing effects of inflation, rising costs of living, and economic uncertainty. A new round of direct relief is being issued, and eligible recipients are now seeing deposits of up to $2,000 appear in their bank accounts. This direct payment is often referred to as the fourth stimulus check, and it is designed to give additional help to households that still struggle to cover essential needs. The payments are scheduled to begin reaching accounts on Tuesday, and many families are watching closely to see if they qualify. The purpose of these checks is to reduce the pressure caused by higher grocery bills, housing costs, and medical expenses. Many Americans have reported that their income has not kept up with these increases, leaving them with difficult choices about how to budget for food, rent, and transportation. By sending out this extra round of relief, officials hope to give families temporary breathing room while also stimulating local economies. Every dollar spent on goods and services from these payments circulates back into communities, supporting businesses and jobs. Eligibility for the $2,000 payment depends on income, tax filings, and household circumstances. Generally, individuals who filed their taxes on time and reported income below certain thresholds are among those who qualify. Single filers may be eligible if their adjusted gross income falls below the set limit, while married couples filing jointly may qualify at a higher combined level. Parents with dependent children may also see additional amounts. The system is structured to target lower and middle-income households, as they are considered most in need of immediate support. Deposits will be sent first to people who have direct deposit information on file with the Internal Revenue Service. Those who do not have direct deposit may receive paper checks or prepaid debit cards by mail, which usually take longer to arrive. Beneficiaries are encouraged to check their bank accounts and official IRS online portals for updates on their payment status. Scam alerts are also being issued, reminding people not to share personal information with unofficial sources. Only government websites and letters sent through official channels provide accurate updates on stimulus checks. For many families, this fourth round of direct support comes at a critical time. Rising rental costs and ongoing price increases in basic goods have left households with little to no savings. Reports from advocacy groups show that families continue to struggle with food insecurity and unpaid utility bills. The extra $2,000 can make the difference between keeping up with monthly expenses and falling behind. Recipients are already making plans to use the funds for essentials like rent, electricity, groceries, and healthcare needs. State and local economies may also see an immediate benefit from the release of these funds. When individuals spend their checks in their communities, local businesses gain more revenue, which in turn helps protect jobs. Restaurants, grocery stores, pharmacies, and small retailers are expected to see an increase in spending. Economists note that stimulus checks can act as short-term boosts for struggling areas, especially those hit hardest by economic slowdowns. However, they also point out that these payments are temporary and not a long-term solution to larger issues such as wage stagnation or housing shortages. Some critics question whether another round of checks will contribute to inflation, but others argue that the targeted nature of the program limits this risk. Because the payments are directed primarily toward low and middle-income households, most of the money will be spent on essentials rather than saved. This spending provides relief without creating excessive demand in areas already strained by supply shortages. Supporters of the checks emphasize that struggling households need immediate help now, and that the cost of doing nothing would be much higher in terms of hardship and social instability. The rollout of the checks is being carefully monitored to ensure accuracy and speed. Previous rounds of stimulus faced challenges with delays and errors, but lessons learned from those efforts have improved the process this time. Automated systems and updated tax records have allowed the Treasury to move more quickly, with millions of payments already scheduled. Those who qualified under past relief programs are likely to be included again, provided their income and filing status remain within the eligibility guidelines. Households that believe they qualify but do not see a deposit right away are being urged to remain patient, as payments are sent in waves. Depending on the banking institution and whether the IRS has complete records, some may see deposits later in the week. Paper checks and debit cards may take several more weeks to arrive. Individuals who moved recently or changed banks should confirm that their updated information is on file to avoid further delays. The $2,000 amount has been welcomed by many, though advocates for working families stress that even more support may be necessary in the months ahead. Surveys show that a large share of households remain financially fragile, with little or no emergency savings to fall back on. For many, one unexpected COI, car repair, medical bill, or rent increase could push them into deeper financial hardship. While these stimulus payments provide short-term relief, long-term solutions may require broader policies aimed at affordable housing, accessible healthcare, and stable wages that keep up with inflation. Until then, direct payments like this remain an important bridge for families struggling to stay afloat. Stories from recipients continue to highlight just how important the payments are in daily life. A single mother in the Midwest explained that the extra funds will help her catch up on overdue utility bills and stock her kitchen with groceries for her children, something she has been worried about for weeks. A retired couple in the South noted that the relief will allow them to cover the rising cost of prescription medication, which has been steadily climbing and taking up a larger portion of their fixed income. A part-time worker in California shared that the check finally gives him the chance to pay off overdue rent, bringing peace of mind and preventing the possibility of eviction. These personal accounts reflect the diverse situations of Americans who benefit from the program and show how direct support can provide immediate, meaningful relief in very practical ways. Banks and financial institutions have reported preparing for a surge in transactions as the payments are deposited. Many expect an increase in withdrawals, online transfers, and in-person visits as account holders move quickly to access their funds. Online banking systems are also expected to experience higher traffic as millions log in to confirm their deposits. Because of this, officials recommend checking accounts directly through bank apps or official websites, rather than relying on social media posts or third-party sources that often spread rumors. While some policymakers continue to debate the overall cost and long-term impact of repeated direct payments, most agree that short-term relief is necessary to help vulnerable households manage during times of instability. The arrival of the fourth stimulus check represents another step in the ongoing effort to stabilize both families and the wider economy. Recipients are encouraged to use the funds wisely, focusing on essential needs such as housing, food, and healthcare, while also setting aside any possible portion for savings to strengthen their financial position in the months ahead. The payments serve as both a symbol and a tool of government assistance during difficult times. They demonstrate recognition of the challenges faced by ordinary people, offering more than just money, but also reassurance that help is available when it is most needed. Although not a permanent fix to systemic issues, the relief checks arriving Tuesday mark an important lifeline for millions of households who have been waiting for help. As deposits continue to appear in accounts across the nation, families will be able to breathe a little easier, knowing that this extra support has finally arrived and that they are not being left to face these hardships alone. Disclaimer: this information is provided for general awareness purposes only and should not be taken as official financial, tax, or legal advice. Eligibility details, payment amounts, and distribution schedules for any government relief programs, including stimulus checks, are determined solely by the U.S. federal government and the Internal Revenue Service, IRS. Readers are strongly encouraged to verify their status and obtain updates through official government sources such as irs.gov. This script does not guarantee individual eligibility or payment and should not be relied upon as a substitute for official announcements.